Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to Wednesday's English lesson. Right, jump up to your feet, get ready for some action. Off we go. So we are going to reach up. Okay, well done. And we're going to reach across. Nice, lots of movement. Okay, and I want those arms to spin, roll them forwards, bend your knees at the same time, getting lots of movement. That's right. And now go back. You can get those knees bending. Okay. Now stand hips apart. We've done this one before. We spin round. Okay. Making sure the bottom part of your body is staying nice and still, and it is just the top half that is spinning round. Well done. If you want to, you can try your arms a bit wider, a bit longer, sorry. Reaching out. Okay. Now legs nice wide apart. We want right hand to left foot and switch over. Okay, so you're bending right down, but you're not bending your knees really. Keep your knees nice and keep your legs straight. Well done. Okay. Now let's try some lunge jumping. So what I want you to do is you put your one foot in front of the other, and then you bend down and then you swap. Okay, so you're jumping up and down, doing lunge jumps, do a few of those. It'll get quite tiring. Okay, keep a nice big smile on your face as well while you're doing it. Why don't you move your arms forwards if you're sort of running, but you're bending down while you do it, so well done. Okay, then we're going to do a few squat jumps. So you go down in squat, touch the floor, and jump up. And put your feet together, up and down, up, down. Okay, almost like you're a little bit of a frog, jumping up and down. Okay, well done. Right, let's do some running on the spot. Okay, and get those feet going really quickly. And then slow it down again. And get those feet going really quickly. And slow it down again. And get those feet going really quickly. Okay, and we'll do 4 of these down to the bottom and jump up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well done. If you're as out of breath as me, you are ready and warmed up to do some work. Okay, so get your books out, pencils ready. And remember, we are looking out for where Monty and Blueberry could possibly be hiding today. So today it's Wednesday, the 27th of January. If you can write down the date and then the Walt, we are using an apostrophe for possession of singular nouns. Ooh, that all sounds quite complicated, but don't worry, we all go through it and you'll find that it's easy peasy by the end, hopefully. Okay, so pause your video, write down your date and Walt, remembering underline your date and Walt. Beautiful, neat handwriting all of the time. Off you go. Okay, first thing I wanted to do before we do any of the other activities is do a little bit of handwriting. And I'm going to focus on a couple of words that we are learning for our spellings this week. So the first thing I want you to do is I would like you to copy the suffix shun, S-I-O-N. Okay. Shun, and notice how I start with the starter join, okay, where the S has come from, if you like, and how I finish with the flick at the end. All of those letters are the same height, okay, and that's what you've really got to work on. Sometimes some of you make your eyes, for some reason, a little bit taller than the others, and I'd like you to try and make sure that all the letters are the same height, okay. So pause the video, write shun all the way across your page. Right, now you have done that, we're going to write the start bit of the word I want us to look at, which is div. So it's tall D onto an I, onto a V. Just write that bit, the word, the div bit, okay? So tall D, then the I and the V are the same height. Notice again, I forgot to do it there. You have the point where the D has, where the join is coming from, and finish off with your flick at the end, making the round bit of the D and the I and the V all the same height, okay? And it's only at the end that you go back and dot the I or cross the T's. Now we're going to make the word division, and hopefully you've realized there is one letter missing, and that is our I that goes there. You put that bit and that bit together and put an I in the middle. So really try and write the whole word, D, tall D, onto an I, V, I, S, I, O, N. Now there is only one letter in this word that is tall, and it's the first one. Every other letter stays the same height. And then you've got 3 dots to put on the eyes at the end. So try that a couple of times all the way along the page. Pause your video there until you have done that. Right, the next task to do, you've got a word search to do, depending on which spelling group you're in. In the folder for today's English work, there is a word search for group 1, group 2 and group 3. So depending on what group you're in, just print off the word search and you can try and find your spelling words within that grid. Once you've done that, you can stick it in underneath your handwriting, just like you would do if we were in class. So pause your video, get your word searches done. Okay, so we're going to do a little warm-up activity, reminding ourselves what a proper noun is. And before I talk about it, I would like you to watch this. Have a little look at this.
Quite fantastic. George, Sarah, Alice and Rosemary, they're not just anybody, they are proper nouns. Proper nouns are actual and specific, starting with big letters, they are quite fantastic. The Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, they're places like no other, they are proper nouns. Proper nouns are actual and specific, starting with big letters, they are quite fantastic. The atoms speak, the Himalayas, they are special places, they are proper nouns. Proper nouns are special naming words.
Okay, so hopefully looking at that, you've got a better understanding of what our proper nouns are. So I will just go to the screen that we were looking at. So when do we use a proper noun then? When is it okay to have when is it okay to have a capital letter in the middle of a sentence? And that is when we are using a proper noun. And what is a proper noun? Proper noun is a naming word, anything that has a proper name. So a day of the week, a month of the year, people's names, places that we visit, okay? All of those are proper nouns, okay? So I've got some sentences here for you to have a go at writing. So again, you're going to need to pause the video and you can write down, rewrite the sentence, looking out for the proper nouns and checking where the capital letters need to go. So my first sentence says, Joe and Jim went to London on Saturday to see Big Ben. There are lots and lots of proper nouns in that sentence. Let's see if you can spot them all. Pause the video and have a look where they might go. Okay, did you spot that they need to be on capital for J for Joe, capital for J for Jim, capital L for London, capital S for Saturday, and capital B for Big and capital B for Big Ben, because all of those are proper nouns. So looking at the next one, we've got in April, Harry moved to Quaker Close in Kent. So again, have a pause of the video, see if you can decide where the capital letters need to go. Well done if you spotted they needed to be on April, on Harry, on Quaker and Close, because that is a road name, and Kent, because that is a county in England, and there should be a full stop. And have a look at the last one. On Monday, Tom is going to Asda. Pause the video and see where you think the proper nouns are, and therefore where the capital letters should go. Well done if you recognise it should be on Monday, Tom, and Asda, and there should be a full stop. And the correct answers are all there. So if you need to pause the video and just check if you've done that correctly, by all means, have a look at that. Okay, so we today are showing possession using an apostrophe. An apostrophe is used to show that something belongs to somebody. So the example of, you can see a little boy on a bike, and this bike belongs to this boy. So you would say it is the boy's bike, okay? And if we are saying it is the boy's bike, you would write it as follows. I'll write it up on the sheet here. You would write the, with a capital letter, boy's bike, Okay, and you can see that there. I've put an apostrophe after the word boy before the S, meaning that it is the bike of the boy. Okay, that apostrophe means of the boy, belonging to the boy. So let's have a look. Okay, you can see it there, the boy's bike. Okay, the bike has handlebars, and so we would write instead of saying the handlebars of the bike, you would write the bike's handlebars, and you would put your apostrophe before the S on the noun bike. Okay, India's national flag has 3 horizontal strips. So in that example, okay, India is the proper noun, so it is the proper noun that needs the apostrophe before the S. Okay. If the noun is singular and ends in an S, you simply put apostrophe S. So for example, if the noun is boss and it already ends in an S, you would still put the apostrophe S like you would do for boy's bike, girl's bike, and so on. Okay, we've got another example, the class's average score. And in that instance, class ends in an S, but you still put apostrophe S. Okay, and there's a couple of other examples there. Sometimes we refer to Jesus and Moses, even though they end in an S, sometimes you will see it written like that, where you just put the apostrophe at the end of the first S. Okay, but those are a few exceptions and you don't need to worry too much about those. I'm not going to read those ones. Okay, so let's have a little practice, okay? Can you rewrite these sentences with the possessive apostrophe? So I've done the first one. It says John has a bike, and I have rewritten it saying it is John's bike. Okay, and because it is John's bike, okay, it belongs to John. Who's doing the owning? John. I needed to put an apostrophe, which is this thing up here, before the S. Now remember, when you're writing an apostrophe, the apostrophe is like a comma, but it doesn't sit on the line. It goes at the top, okay, at the top. So make sure it's in the right place when you write it. So Freya has a teddy. What I'd like you to write is tell me whose teddy it is. It is Freya's teddy. Pause the video and see if you can write that, putting the apostrophe in the correct place. Well done if you wrote, oh, it is Freya's teddy. Okay, and I will just write it on this board up here. Okay, so hopefully you wrote, it is Freya's teddy. Okay, because the teddy belongs to Freya, I've written Freya's name and I've put the apostrophe and then the S. Sorry, you can't see the whole sentence there. It is Freya's teddy. So well done if you wrote that one. Let's have a look at another example. Okay, we've got Ben has a coat. So you want to write it is Ben's coat. Pause the video, see if you can write that. Right, so hopefully you managed to work out that you needed to write it is, Ben needs a capital letter because it's a proper noun, Ben's, with our apostrophe, coat. And please take note of where I am putting my apostrophe. It's at the top, it's not at the bottom. It is the coat that belongs to Ben. It is Ben's coat. Okay, show you next one. Rachel has pink curtains in her bedroom. Okay, now this one you might change the sentence a little bit. You might want to say in Rachel's bedroom she has pink curtains, or you might say Rachel's pink curtains are in her bedroom. Okay, they both mean the same thing. Somewhere in there you need a possessive apostrophe. See if you can have a go at that one. Pause the video and have a go. Right, what I would have written would be in Rachel's bedroom. So in the bedroom that belongs to Rachel, she has pink curtains. Okay, well done if you have remembered to put your apostrophe after Rachel before the S. So these are all singular nouns. There's only one noun. There's only one Rachel, one boy, one Freya, and one Ben. And that's what we're focusing on today. Okay. So this is what I would like you to do. There is in the folder that it is labeled activities for everybody, but when you look into the activities, you do not need to print it all off, okay? There is a 1-star activity, a 2-star activity, and a 3-star activity, and they're clearly labeled on the sheet. So when you look through, Africa, I'd like to do the 1-star activity, Asia and Europe tried the 2-star activity, and the Americas tried the 3-star activity. If you complete that and you're really getting the hang of the singular apostrophes, what I'd like you then to try and do is write a short paragraph using lots of examples of singular possessive apostrophes. So in other words, thinking of singular things that are doing some owning. Really should be about your family and in your home. So I've done an example at the bottom. My mum's bag is often under the stairs. My brother's room is usually messy because he doesn't tidy it up much. So I've told you about different people and what they've got in my house, okay? Right, there is also an Education City activity that I would like you to look at. And this activity is called Possession Obsession. And if you log into Education City today, there is a homework that has been set. So when you log in through the school website and with your own login details, when you get to the Education City page, if you go to the homework page, that is where you will find your task that has been set for today. Okay, and you can complete that task at your own time. There's a learn screen and then there's an activity. You don't have to do this, but if you want to do some extra learning on the singular possessive apostrophe, that would be a great way to practice and just go over that as well. Right, just before I leave you to get on with your activities, have we spotted Monty and Blueberry today? Can anybody see where they are hiding? Their hiding places are getting pretty good, I think. Let's have a look round here. Ah, look, Blueberry, did we spot her? In my little bag here. Well done, Blueberry. That's a pretty good place. And what about Monty? Anyone see Monty? That's right. He's hiding in this pot of paper clips. Did we spot him in there? There he is. There are two little friends, Monty and Blueberry. Okay, have a good day, everybody. And I hope that all makes perfect sense to you. But obviously, as I always say, if you've got any questions, you can email in and we will be able to help you. Okay, see you soon. Bye.